we're going to come on to the difficult topic, the complicated topic of how to spot a narcissist the next time. So let's level the playing field. Not everybody is a narcissist. I hear far too often, all men are narcissists, all women are narcissists, which is clearly ridiculous. What those people are actually saying is, I haven't learned how to spot one yet, so I'm just going to blame them all. So ultimately, it's the individual that loses out. They might miss out on that person that they could have connected with because they've still got the blinkers on. Having the blinkers on, however, can be an essential part of the healing process. You've got to start by defending yourself because you've been through a horrendous experience. You'll have lived with all those contradictions that a narcissist has, such as I mentioned before, everybody else on the planet thinks they're absolutely wonderful, the life and soul, etc., etc. But behind closed doors, you see a completely different Jekyll and Hyde. But that's because everyone in a narcissist's life is a plaything. So think about what they're doing. By being ultra nice to one set of people, they're feeding their own need to be self-fulfilled and grandiose. So all those people that think they're wonderful are being played just as much as you. Interesting, hey? So behind closed doors, you see a different version. Now, one of the ways to spot a narcissist will be escalations in their behaviour. Things that start off as fairly innocuous should stay innocuous, such as something that I hear a lot, for example, a way that a narcissist will undermine their partner, shouldn't really call them a partner, their plaything, is, let's take an example. They're criticising what you wear. I want you to wear this. I'm not going out with you wearing that kind of thing. That's an escalation, which will often start as, oh, you look really nice in that. How do you spot the narcissist in statements like that? It's nearly impossible. It's nearly impossible. They'll often be really complimentary, but the compliments start to shift into, for example, I'd rather you wore that blue top. That will then escalate to, I don't want you to wear XYZ. Gradually, the control escalates. Some of you will be watching this and going, oh my God, I didn't realise that's what he's doing. No one has the right to control you, me, or anybody else on this planet. It isn't a place of work. They're not your manager. So it's really tricky to spot. Look for patterns of escalating control. Look for their grandiose nature, which often they'll try and fulfill with your bank balance. I hear this so often that, the image, 'cause image can be everything to a narcissist. The image that they're portraying, the nice car and the everything else, the trappings, that the rest of the world then glorifies them, which feeds them. The rest of the world glorifies them as being this, smart, urbane individual, successful and everything else. But what the narcissist isn't telling all those people is, well, yeah, actually, I've emptied his or her bank account to provide myself with all this. They will often try and, because remember, everything's about them. So they'll often try and manipulate your financial situation to get what they want. They are really good, for example, at convincing you somehow that them spending a ridiculous amount of potentially your money on that thing is going to make your life better. Is this resonating with anybody? So Some narcissists are successful people, without a shadow of doubt. Some people get to be president of the USA. That's another story. So it's patterns of behaviour that identify the narcissist, patterns of control. They will always have, this is a big one, they will always have a reason or a justification for why what they want to do is more valid or more important or more essential or more rewarding than whatever it is that you want to do, where you want to go on holiday. Why have we only been on holiday to where they want to go for the last 10 years? Why have they justified that to me for 10 years running? Why don't I get to, I've always wanted to go to Florida. Why have we never been to Florida? Because it wasn't their idea. There's nothing in it for them. Because whatever is going on in their lives, it's all about them. Their own self-satisfaction, feeding their grandiose image of themselves. So these are all warning signs. Escalating patterns of control, bizarre justification of why they are always right. And another one is if something doesn't go perfectly, it's never their fault. It's yours or mine or whoever's. It's never them, because a narcissist will never put their hands up, and say, yeah, you're right, it's me. That's why, here's a big one, that's why one of the most dangerous words a narcissist can ever say to you is, I'm sorry. It's really super clever of them, because they're telling you what you want to hear. Because in that moment, all the little, love and affection centered bits of your mind that we all have. So we all have this vulnerability. So all those bits of your mind suddenly become hearts and flowers again. And you put all your hope, often even more hope, in the narcissist. Maybe he or she is going to change. Maybe he or she isn't going to do that again, as they say. Maybe he or she, they'll find another way of meeting their ends. So even when a narcissist is apologising, they are still manipulating you, which comes full circle back to they genuinely cannot help themselves. It's a diagnosable condition, but bizarrely, it's the kind of condition that's only ever earned by proxy, because nobody ever goes to a GP, to a psychiatrist, to see me, to see whoever, and say, right, I'm doing this. I'm really worried I might be a narcissist. Never happens, because they're never wrong. They are self-absorbed on a level that regular folks just can't imagine. Just can't imagine. So look out for the indicators. If when you meet somebody, you get a bad feeling, if your little spidey senses really don't know, the chances are that something in you is recognizing that potentially that person is like the last one that you've just got rid of. So let's move on. Something that I see a lot of, among friends, not just clients, among friends and colleagues as well. I was talking to somebody yesterday, a friend of mine, about divorcing a narcissist. This is a really rocky road, because the narcissist will fight you for the last penny, because it's all about control, remember. So when a narcissist starts fighting you in court over the chest of drawers in the back bedroom, they don't want the chest of drawers, they want to be right. So do you know what often happens? I've dealt with countless people who have ended up penniless because they've played the narcissist's game in the divorce, and they've fought absolutely everything, which has cost monumental amounts of money. I know people that have spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on a divorce because they've fought the narcissist all the way without realising that they are continuing to dance to the narcissist's tune. So everything gets done and dusted. The narcissist only ever goes quiet when the money's run out, when they know that you've spent your half of the house to the solicitors. So the narcissist moves on with their life, moves in often with the next victim in fairly short order. How often do you see that? How often do you see that? That a narcissist will, 2 minutes later, what, they've moved in with somebody else already? Yep. All part of that pattern of behaviour. So I see far too many people come out of a divorce with a narcissist with zero. The house gets sold and the only people that get paid are the solicitors. So pick your battles. The thing is, the narcissist is preying again on your sense of right and wrong. The narcissist knows that you will fight them. The narcissist also knows that because they know you will fight them, they know that they are costing you a fortune. So they get all that self-satisfaction. So, you know what? Sometimes instead of going back to court and arguing again about the things you've always argued about, or that last, going back and arguing about that last £20,000, you know what? Walk away. Walk away, get your life back, and leave with something in your pocket instead of writing a cheque to the solicitor at the end of it, because they'll never lose, ever. We've covered quite a bit of ground today. Keep sending me your stories, your recollections. I'm always happy to chat, see what people have done, and importantly, how you've come out the other side. And remember, and this isn't victim blaming, not at all. Narcissists are smart cookies. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, this isn't victim blaming at all, but remember that if you're incomplete, a narcissist will spot those chinks in your armour. You'll never mend a relationship by zipping straight into the next one. That goes wrong. Zip into the next one. That goes wrong. If you're in a pattern of zipping from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, a few months with that person, year with that person, 6 months with that person, oh, and they all go wrong. Men are all the bloody same, or women are all the bloody same. What is the common denominator? What is the common factor in each of those relationships that's gone the wrong shape? The only common factor that you can rely on is you. I'm not saying for one moment that all the ills of the world are our own fault. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, think about how you spot the narcissist. Think about how you spot their patterns of escalating behaviour. Each time you identify something in somebody, learn from it, move on, and you probably won't end up in the same negative situation again. There's, 8 billion people on this planet. There's somebody for everybody. Good luck. Have a beautiful day.